would like to call to order the regular meeting of the Board of Education, July 29th, 2014 at 7 o'clock. That really was not fair because Kathy wasn't sitting down to call the roll. Okay, ready? Kathy, would you call the roll?
Gaspar.
Here.
Hodge.
Here.
Impastato. Yes. Locke.
Here.
Stoops.
Here.
Dremel.
Here. Mr. Hodge, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Hitchens, are there any changes to tonight's agenda?
There's one change in the consent agenda under the personnel report. There was an error in the personnel report for one of the positions. Pierce, Mr. Pierce, would you tell us?
Yeah, there's a certified resignation. The name is listed as Mary Jane. It's actually Mary Jo. And additionally, the resignation is listed as being accepted on June 2nd. We'd like to change that to August 12th.
Accepted the resignation, accepted August 12th.
Will be.
Right, the date on the resignation, change it to August 12th. And it's Mary
correct her
Jo
name.
Presco, not Mary Jane.
Okay. So I have a motion to approve the agenda. Oh, no, I have to find the lost. Do I need to? Motion to approve that?
Yeah, we have been approving the agenda.
Okay,
There's
hello.
a-
I'm so sorry that apparently I cannot transition from one meeting to the
We
next.
needed more than 30 seconds to go from. the
Apparently
special
I
meeting.
did. I would entertain a motion to approve tonight's agenda with the two changes that Mr. Pierce just gave us.
So moved.
Moved by Gaspar, second by Impastato. Kathy, would you call the roll?
Blakely.
Yes.
Gaspar.
Yes.
Hodge.
Yes.
Impastato.
Yes.
Locke.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Dremel.
Yes. Moving on to public comments. Is there anyone from the public who'd like to address the board tonight? And Kathy, you have no pink sheets, correct?
I am none.
And do we have a representative from VESPA here tonight? Do we have a representative from the BEA here tonight?
Yes, you do.
Oh, gosh, Tony, I did not even see you saying that. Obviously, I really, really need more time to transition. Apparently not.
He snuck it.
Yeah, I literally was like, oh, they're not here.
Good evening. Good to see everyone with tans and sticking out in the sun some. Couple things. First of all, just like to share with you, which you're probably aware, we have scheduled a couple more dates for interest-based bargaining, 2 next week on the 5th and 7th, as well as the following week, the 12th and 13th. At the last meeting, I told you we would be attending the NEARA, the Representative Assembly in Denver. Amy, myself, and Jill Ewing were out there. Beautiful town. First time I was there, but it was a very productive meeting. We elected a new president of the National Education Association. Dennis Von Rokel was our president. He's termed out. And we elected Lily Eccleston Garcia as who was our vice president. And you will be seeing her. She's very outspoken and quite a dynamic person. So we're pretty excited about that. A couple other things, 2 significant things that happened at the meeting. There was a policy statement and another position that were overwhelmingly supported by the 7,000 delegates that were attending the meeting, which, by the way, this meeting is the largest democratic deliberative body in the world, in the history of the world, actually. And that body overwhelmingly supported a position opposed to the volume of high-stake testing we expose children to in this country. As harmful to children. And the other one was the implementation of the Common Core, which our former president, Dennis Von Rokel, termed as a train wreck. Just like No Child Left Behind, unfunded mandate. You know, great idea, do this, now go do it with no money. And I think from the people locally that I speak to, that's definitely the case in this area too. So, so I just wanted to update you on a couple of those positions, and keep your eye out for Lily Eccleston Garcia. She's quite a dynamic person. Will speak very well for children. Thanks.
Thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
All right, student ambassadors. Jake Burkhog, welcome.
Thank you. I have another huge report for you guys.
Tradition.
Not only is registration on August 2nd, there will also be a second date following on August 12th. And I've got one football announcement. If you get a Bulldog showing up at your door, they're probably going to try to sell you one of these cards. It's not the easiest thing in the world, so I just ask you to have sympathy for all of us when we try to provide funding for our football team. Thank you.
Thanks, Jake. Our next item is our consent agenda. Our consent agenda is a method of streamlining our meetings by taking one vote on a number of routine personnel and business items. Each of the items is detailed in the agenda and has been appropriately posted in the board packet.
Steve?
Mr. Pierce, would you please read our consent agenda?
Absolutely. All right, 4.1 through 4.7 is the approval of our June and July minutes, policy committee minutes, finance committee, special meeting, closed session, and our regular meetings. 4.8 is the personnel report. We had a couple of changes that we noted at the beginning of the meeting. You'll notice in there's several new hires from certified positions, teaching positions. There's a new administrator, some resignation, and a leave. 4.9 are the approval of payrolls and invoice journal summaries. 4.10 is the treasurer's report. 4.11, we had 3 FOIA requests this past month. 4.12 is the destruction of the closed session audio recordings from January of 2013. 4.13 is disposal of surplus property. 4.14 is we'd like approval to continue in the participation in the Illinois School District Liquid Asset Fund. 4.15, the approval of our paper bid to Midland Paper. 4.16, we have a new AP Biology textbook that is on display. It's available on display right outside this room. 4.17, as discussed today at Finance Committee, the RMS parking lot replacement. We need approval to use some of the contingency funds. 4.18 is voting for the NIA Executive Board. And 4.19 is the approval of our fiscal year 2015 computer lease. That covers it.
Mr. Pierce, are there any items on the consent agenda for removal or for clarification?
I have a couple questions. I don't have anything to be removed, but I had a couple questions.
Any clarification, sure.
For the surplus property, are those textbooks that aren't used anymore?
Correct. Those are outdated textbooks. They go through a process at the building level, and then a recommendation comes to me, and I work with B&G to donate those textbooks or dispose of those materials.
I just want to make sure we weren't throwing out books we were using that the kids could use to have an extra set at home with them. And then on the paper bid, they said it was, and I wasn't at the finance committee meeting, I apologize. I was traveling today, so. They said it was $500 more, which I know isn't that much money, but I was wondering, did they ask for more paper or less paper, or the usage of the?
It was based on last year's usage.
So did we use more or less, or were they asking for more, or we just based it on the same amount?
Based on the same amount
Oh.
as previous year.
And then my last question was, how did we mess up the number of laptops we needed?
Well, we didn't really mess up the number of laptops we need. We identified additional
Sorry, that was a bad
laptops
use
that
of
we
words.
needed after the fact. And the other issue was that when we calculated the price of some other laptops, we didn't include the cost of the warranty. So we warranty those laptops for 3 years and over and above the standard manufacturer's warranty. So for the 3 years that we have them, they're covered for all maintenance.
And are these going throughout the district, or are they going to like the high school? Or?
They're going to the high school, and they'll be used, the laptops, some of the laptops will be used here in this building.
Okay. That's all I had.
Just, why is recycled paper more than the regular paper? I'm just curious, then why don't we just go with the cheaper brand?
Actually, there's statute that requires us to use a certain percentage of post-consumer product.
Unfunded mandate.
So yes, we are required by statute to use some recycled paper.
To spend more money.
Okay, it was just, okay. And I had the same question, Melanie, about the laptops, so thank you.
Any other questions, clarifications? No, then do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So, second.
Moved by Locke, second by Gaspar. Kathy, would you call the roll, please?
Blakely.
Yes.
Gaspar.
Yes.
Hodge,
Yes.
Sato,
Yes.
Lot,
Yes.
Stu,
Yes.
Dremmel.
Yes. Consent agenda approved. Dr. Higgins, did we have any items under discussion tonight?
There are no items under discussion.
Okay, I didn't see anything there. How about our policy committee report then? Item number 6.
Yeah, we did meet as a policy committee last Wednesday. We had some great discussions. I know last month, the board had asked that we talk about our policy 825, which is community relations, and it deals with advertising in the district. So we started that discussion at the policy committee meeting. That's an ongoing discussion. We don't have any recommendation here because it'll take a little bit, a couple months to go through and make sure we have a really solid procedure to back up that policy. And so just know that we had that discussion. We also were talking about this year's Citizens Advisory Committee, so the plans are in the work for another Citizens Advisory. This year we'll have several focus group meetings throughout the first semester leading up to a community discussion in January. So those are some ongoing big projects of the policy committee. Tonight, the policy committee is asking you to approve policy 5280, which you saw last month. And that was based on a recommendation from Press, our policy service that we use for support personnel. And then we would like you to look at policy 6210 for a first reading. This policy change comes to you from CAC. There was some desire on the part of staff to be able to have clarity in the process when it comes to approving instructional materials. So they helped draft a policy for you to look at here that talks about the different levels of instructional materials. We don't just say textbooks anymore because the curriculum isn't the textbook. There are other materials that go with it that every teacher who teaches, let's say, 3rd grade Lit Lang would use the same anchor materials. So we call those anchor materials. It could be a variety of resources, and it could be a textbook, but there are many materials that could be anchor materials, and there's a process for getting those approved. And then there's other levels of materials as well in that policy. So that's a first reading for you to talk about those changes and how we would go about approving materials at the different levels, because we want teachers to be able to be responsive and add something on the day of if something happens in the news that they need to, that ties back to their curriculum. They don't need to come to the board to get that approved. There's different levels of materials and different approval levels that go with those. Questions on either of those two policies we're asking you to look at?
My question was about the discussion we had regarding the ongoing discussion.
Mhm.
So, at our last meeting, I think Chris had mentioned that he had some background information or criteria other districts use, and I know you've been gone, so I don't want to, I just, as a reminder.
Actually, wasn't it from our legal
Yeah,
counsel?
He wasn't, yeah, he was.
Not our legal, from a legal firm, though. It was presented at a professional conference. But
Gotcha.
I actually, just yesterday, I forwarded that on to all of senior management, so we can distribute that either at or before the next policy committee.
Yeah,
Great.
I'd like to, when that came up, as we would want to see that, and I just wanted to pass that along. I know you were on vacation, but,
I
Good.
just think CAC should be commended. I thought that was a well-written policy. Very clear, and I thought it made a lot of sense, and you did a nice job on it.
Any other questions about these two
I
policies?
just have a question. When CAC wrote this policy, which my computer was down, I'm just reading it. Were the Chromebooks and the use of Chromebooks taken into consideration? And I'm just reading, I know we have a very strict policy, or we're going to be monitoring them, but like YouTube, I mean, clips will be, it says here they're allowed to use short clips, and that doesn't need approval. But do we see
That
that?
ties into another policy related,
Okay.
and Tony can tell you a little bit more about that if you want to know about that, but there are certain filters that are put on and off. So if a staff member is going to use in a responsive teaching capacity, so something happens, they want to augment their class kind of on the fly, teachers are now blocked from YouTube, so they could
Okay.
pull up a clip and use that as a responsive teaching material. But if there's a clip we want all teachers and all kids to have access to, that would go through that supplementary process, which is more of a building-based process, getting teachers talking about what is the best material to teach the curriculum, and then making that widely available to all teachers who teach that subject or grade area. So kind of go into both, but students in our current setup of internet filtering could never have access to that material unless tech changed something, because it's blocked. YouTube is blocked for students. Is that correct? It used to be correct, but it's not.
YouTube is blocked for, I don't know what
The grade levels?
It's by grade level, and I believe
Because
YouTube
there is some
blocked
educational
for-
purposes
There's
to
like-
that.
It's
Grade
not
stuff.
blocked at the high school level, but I believe it's blocked at the middle school level and down. But it could be elementary level and down. I don't remember off the top.
I was just wondering how that fit into CAC's discussion and creating this policy, or this procedure.
Yeah, we really wanted to expand it away from textbooks. You know, I know we're
Right.
approving to put on display a textbook today, but you can see how large that textbook is. It weighs probably about 5 pounds. It costs about $180. There are lots of other materials that our teachers are using that we want to make sure are incorporated into our policies and procedures, because many of those textbooks are so costly and become outdated so quickly that there are lots of other materials out there that teachers are using.
I just wanted to let Greg know that I passed some information on to Lisa. I made about 8.25. I was trying to find procedures for what we were talking about, and I did contact the Illinois, or ISB and the Illinois School Board Association. They sent some stuff, but they were still maybe trying to find something that, there's nothing really out there for procedural wise of what we were thinking on, so. But at least, you know, we've gotten the press and a few other things that they responded to, so I was just trying different avenues again, so, just so you know about that.
So at the next policy meeting, what we'll do is we're bringing the procedures that we currently use to the policy committee. We'll look at what Dr. Mon has provided, some legal advice as far as advertising policies, and you know, we'll look again at that press procedure that that the press puts out, and we'll be writing our own procedures. It looks like there aren't really good models out there that fit up for us, so we'll find one that works for Batavia.
Any other questions, comments, concerns about our policy committee report? The only policy that is recommended for adoption tonight is policies 5 to 80, educational support personnel. So I would entertain a motion to adopt that policy as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Stoops, second by Impastato. Kathy, would you call the roll?
Blakely,
Yes.
Gaspar,
Yes.
Hodge,
Yes.
Impastato,
Yes.
Locke,
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Yes. Policy adopted. Moving on to staff and board comments. We're just whipping through tonight. We will start down with Melanie.
Can we start with administration comments since it's in order?
Oh, hello. Apparently I am not fit to run this meeting. Yes. Let's do that.
Right, that's what happens when you have 3 meetings in a row. We had a special meeting at 6, this meeting at 7, and we are suspending this meeting, and I'm very excited that we are going to take a field trip down to City Hall to continue this meeting at City Hall with our partners in the community, the City Council. So we're just going to talk about some general developments that are going on in the city and get to know them and have a joint meeting. So this meeting will be suspended, continued on there. August, very exciting month for me. I'm excited, August 1st, as you all know, because you've read the communications from Sue Gillerlane, our new communications manager, about August 1st, Power School opening. So we hope everybody logs in and checks their contact information. You should be registered already, but you need to check your contact information, check your permissions, and a few other things, and pay the fees for the upcoming school year, and then you'll be able to see your child's schedule or their teachers. That's August 1st. That's an exciting date in August. August 14th, very exciting. Teachers are coming back August 14th. And then, of course, August 18th. We'll see you, Jake, on August 18th. That's it. I'm good.
Are you really sure you want me to take this back?
Melanie.
Melanie.
I just wanted to read a prepared statement regarding the proposed maintenance site on Main Street, if I may. On July 23rd, 2014, I had the pleasure of touring the proposed site, the rent-to-own option on Main Street in Batavia with Patrick Brown, the Director of Buildings and Grounds.
In my opinion, this seems to be a very suitable site for our operations to be conducted in the future. The site is constructed of cinder block walls with wood ceiling supports in the office area with steel frame construction and bracing throughout the remaining areas. Solid poured concrete flooring of 12 inches or more will accommodate even the heaviest loads we would need the floors to bear. Interior consists of about 23,000 square feet. It's more than enough overhead garage door access for multiple areas on the site, with the front office space allowing street side visibility presence to the community. Utility services are very suitable for our project operations. The location is close to our current facilities and is centralized for efficient operations for services through all our district properties and areas to be serviced. It's my opinion that the location will have a minimal impact on local traffic volumes. Some of the short-term projects, upgrades that I've noted for the following in accordance with Pat and my discussions and what I noticed. Air and ventilation, humidification controls for the storage area might need to be added. Renovation to add office space in the front, carpets, walls, ceilings, and entry. Modification of existing bathrooms and locker rooms. Floor preparation consisting of carpet in the office space and degreasing, resurfacing the remainder. Minor roof repairs, minor tuck pointing, and lighting upgrades, some of these to be performed and compensated by the present owner. Non-area or non-issue areas that I noted, the electrical service is exceptional for our demand. Fire suppression system is in place and fully operational and fully compliant with all the laws, statutes, and ordinances. Water service and plumbing is operational and well situated throughout the structure. Parking lots and exterior concrete is in good condition. Structural walls, supports, floors, and roof are all in very good condition. So pretty much my overall assessment of the property is it's going to provide a win-win-win situation for all those involved. The district is going to be able to acquire a great asset that's very suitable for our purposes now and in the near future. The Buildings and Grounds Department will be able to get a safe work environment that's going to allow for better asset utilization, efficiency, and greater cost savings to be realized by the district now and in the near future. And the stakeholders of Batavia are going to be able to benefit with this property by allowing more efficiency, future cost savings, and little to no impact on our current and future budgets. And that is all I have to say about that.
And our
topic.
expectation is that we will actually be discussing that topic with the entire board. When will we, do you foresee bringing that back?
If we can have things on August 12th, we'll try, but
Okay.
more likely would be the August 25th. I may have that slightly wrong.
The end of August
26th,
meeting.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so-
regularly scheduled meeting in August.
So stay tuned for a further discussion on that topic sometime in August. Watch your board books. Sue? Greg?
I'm good, thank you.
Tina?
I'm good.
John?
As always, thank everyone for all their due diligence and getting all this work done for us, and Pat and Chris, and with all this maintenance shed numbers and information. I did thank Brad for the 2 copies of books that and he told me it was Brian Gamlin, but I'm glad to see at least 2 of them, so I have 2 different places. And I also want to wish all the new employees of District 101 best of luck in their new endeavors here. So that's all.
Greg, did you realize you had something?
Yeah, I also, what John said, I would like to wish the new employees a welcome and good luck. Because I think the next time will be the end of August that I will be.
This is the last meeting before school.
Yeah.
August 12th, no, fine.
Okay.
Budget
Which
meeting,
which I'll be
people.
gone for, so.
Yes, you will be, but no one else is.
So welcome, and also I look forward to continuing having a collaborative negotiation with the BEA and Best Buy, getting those back up and running, and that as we've had a little bit of a break here in the summer. Everybody had a great summer, and I guess it's hard to say, we're almost back to school time, but so I look forward to that excitement. So we'll do well.
I concur with Greg. Finding dates in July was really hard, but we're excited that now, coming August, we had lots and lots of dates on the calendar. I think everyone is energized to get an agreement in place as quickly as possible. A great agreement to put together, hopefully, and we'll be working on that the next 3-4 weeks. So we'll be good. Barring anything else, we will be, I guess, just suspending our meeting and picking up again at 8 o'clock for anyone who wants to come down to City Hall. So do we need to take a vote on suspension?
I think that does require a voice.
Okay, then I would entertain a motion to suspend our meeting
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Gaspar, second by Blakely. Kathy, would you call the roll?
Blakely.
Yes.
Gaspar.
Yes.
Hodge.
Yes.
Impastato.
Yes.
Lot.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
Trumbull.
Yes.
Meeting suspended at 7:20.
See everyone at City Hall.
Record time.